So even when the petitioner is able to prove to the satisfaction of the court that the marriage has broken down irretrievably, the court may still refuse to make a decree of divorce. You know, ordinarily, as we discussed in our previous videos when we had the last series, that if the husband brings a petition for divorce before the court, certain facts must be established for the court to conclude that this marriage has broken down irretrievably. Now, the law is also saying that even after all these facts has been established, and then what next? Ordinarily, the marriage is supposed to be dissolved, but it may still not be dissolved. Why? That is because there are bars which will prevent the court from making a decree of divorce. So in this video, we are going to be discussing these defenses or bars to a petition for divorce in Nigeria. Welcome back to my channel. This is Law Talks and Gist. If you're seeing my face for the first time, thank you for tuning in. Please kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share, comment, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in. Now let's dive into the video. This is going to be another interesting series, just like the one we had before. And this series and the previous one are intertwined, like they're interwoven, you know, they work hand in hand. You cannot talk about the previous series, which is grounds for dissolution of marriage, grounds for divorce in Nigeria, without talking about this particular series that we're about to begin today. It is going to be a very interesting one. So like I said before, that ordinarily a petitioner who has proved to the satisfaction of the court that the marriage has broken down irretrievably is entitled to a decree of divorce. Yes, after you have proved to the satisfaction of the court is supposed to divorce. But such a decree of divorce may be refused by the court if a discretionary bar or an absolute bar exists in the case. So we have two types of bars to a petition for divorce. We have absolute bar and we also have discretionary bar. Now in the case of an absolute bar, the court is bound to dismiss that petition. The court will not entertain it, it will be dismissed. But if it is a discretionary bar, the court has the discretion to either make a decree of divorce or not make the decree. Now let's start with the absolute bars. We have three absolute bars. Number one, condonation. Number two, connivance. Number three, collusion. We are going to dissect them one after the other. Calm down, you're going to understand it. You know, I always explain everything. So condonation simply refers to the forgiveness and reinstatement of a spouse that has committed a matrimonial misconduct. Please take note of those two keywords, forgiveness and reinstatement, because those are the two main constitutive elements of condonation. There must be forgiveness and there must also be reinstatement. I'm going to explain. So now, if a husband commits adultery, or should I use the wife? Let me use the wife. If a wife commits adultery and the husband forgives the wife and reinstates the wife, he cannot bring a petition for divorce before the court on the ground that the wife committed adultery. You know why? Because he condoned that act. He condoned that act of adultery. The moment he forgave the wife and reinstated her, reinstatement here is like after forgiving the wife, oh, they resume cohabitation, they start behaving normal again, like husband and wife, the way they used to do their thing, you know. That is simply condonation. So he cannot thereafter go to court and say, oh, I want to divorce my wife, she committed adultery. That is simply what this particular bar implies. That is condonation. So the law is saying once you had condoned that act of adultery, you cannot come before the court for a petition for divorce. So like I said before, forgiveness alone cannot constitute condonation. It has to be forgiveness followed by reinstatement. If there is no reinstatement, there cannot be condonation. You know, people can forgive you, but they have not reinstated you. No cohabitation is taking place. They are not the way they used to be. Although they are forgiving you, but you are no longer their wife. You are just there. So without reinstatement, you cannot say that there is condonation. Whenever we are discussing condonation, we cannot forget to mention the old case of sodomy and sodomy, where the husband filed a petition for divorce, and then the wife now cross-petitioned the husband, alleging that the husband has been committing adultery with several women, and then the husband was able to prove that all the time that he committed the adultery, the wife condoned the act. So her cross-petition failed for condonation. So if you want to bring a petition for divorce before the courts, watch your back, look around you. Remember, did you condone any matrimonial misconduct? If you did, I don't know, just pray that the other party does not raise that in court or does not cross petition. If he or she does, a decree of divorce may be refused. So we're going to end here for today. We continue with another bar in our next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.